Henry Ford, maybe you've heard of him, once said this: "The man who stops spending money on advertising to save money is like the man who stops a clock in order to save time."
Oh boy.
Now, quite frankly, if we're talking about Henry Ford, we know he's outrageously successful in the business world. He created an entire industry and enterprise all on his own that didn't even exist before. No one thought of it. He created that. So we know he's credible and we know he knows what he's doing. Now, our business partner may not be living in 20th century America at the height of America's innovation, but our business partner still does need those vital things like advertisement to connect his consumers to himself and bring those two people, those two groups together. Whether we go back to ancient Egypt with pressed papyrus and the advertisements on those, or to the billboards lining the streets of New York City, advertising has been vital for pretty much all of history. So we believe that by bringing our marketing strategies to Ibrahim, our partner, we can provide him even greater success. My name is Brandon Miller.
I'm Catalina Gallegos.
I'm Josh Ross.
My name is Damon Thaver.
I'm Benjamin Fogel.
And I'm Joshua Geronimo. So this is our team, the Ghandi Cellphone Repair, and this is Ibrahim. He is our business partner, and he created the cell phone repair company called Mobile Tech, and used the money to support himself, his workers, and his family. So far, he does about 10 phones a week, and he feels that he can expand to do maybe more. He wants to challenge himself. However, a big problem that he's seeing right now is that he can't get himself out there. Currently, the market for cell phone repair is extremely competitive, and he needs to reach his consumers somehow. There are big businesses out there that are able to spend money on advertising, but he isn't able to yet. And we propose that by spending money on advertisements and promotional campaigns, that we can bring more consumers to him.
So, for our first advertisement proposal, we have decided to create new business cards because this is a basic necessity for the success of any business. With incorporating Ibrahim's request on style and color, we have come up with a simple design that includes easy comprehension and professionality at first glance. With all of this included, we are able to get 500 business cards for only $8. In addition, we have introduced flyers into Ibrahim's business. This is also a basic necessity which will greatly increase his numbers of customers. For our design, we incorporated a unique style by making the flyer resemble a phone. Obviously, if our idea is endorsed, a digital version of this flyer will be created. As mentioned in the previous presentation, Ibrahim has the potential to acquire a certificate, which will be a valuable addition to the flyer. So for only $25, we can acquire more than 1,000 flyers. Both the business cards and the flyers are cheap promotional items that can easily be implemented. They also add proficiency and ambition to his business.
So more so on promotions. We plan on giving him a 5% or giving customers a 5% discount. And Ibrahim said that this would be mutually beneficial to both him and his customers. And he'd be able to give that 5% discount to those who refer a friend to come get their phone repaired. He would be able to alert customers of a 5% off sale via Facebook or through his mailing list. And these sales would usually take place during the holidays. So if a customer liked the page or joined the mailing list via the website, they would be notified.
Okay, so unlike America, where like everyone has a website, in Nigeria, having a website is actually a pretty big deal. So understanding this, we decided to find a professional and simple way to supply Ibrahim with his very own website. And with this website, we could put that on flyers and business cards and stuff to kind of bring him above the competition, as well as disperse his customer based beyond just people who walk by his shop to a more broad area.
Advertising is the main driving force for Ibrahim's company. Eye-catching flyers, professional business cards, promotions that will increase customer interest, and an efficient website will allow his business to secure a larger expansion of consumers. This will all be done within a very low budget. And as Henry Ford once said, a man who stops advertising to save money is like a man who stops a clock to save time. Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay. Great. So, good job. Very good presentation and a very simple and straightforward proposal that I think was well understood by all. I very much liked your opening pitch, your pacing. I could imagine you on Shark Tank or in a boardroom selling your idea. You sort of took a general idea and brought it down to the specific, and then the next topic was your customer. So I thought that was very well done. I guess the only question I had is you talked about the need to get a website for him, but then you talked about how unique or challenging that can be in Nigeria, and I wasn't clear on how you sort of bridge that gap.
Wait, so what's the question? Sorry.
So is there a lot of internet connectivity? Are people able to use the internet to advertise very easily?
Yeah. Well, the main thing was like having a website for your company is like pretty, like that is like a big deal there. Like that shows that you're established. And so I think making him a website would definitely help him in like people being like, oh wow, that's definitely good business. And then it would kind of make his like posters pop out more because he has a website, he has like a logo that we made and all that. And there's one more thing. Does that answer it all?
It does.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely great. And last comment, just general feedback. Some of you seem more excited about your presentation than others. Remember, the audience is looking at you for 5 minutes.
Okay.
So even if you're selling Pepsi or insecticide or whatever it is, this is the best product that anyone's ever sold. So remember to smile and to make eye contact. It was a great idea, very well delivered. Thank you.
Good job, guys. Thank you for putting this together. There's a big online presence in Nigeria. Of course, it could be better, but because we don't have regular power supply, it's not always on. So a lot of businesses use generators, and so someone like him, I was thinking about him, he probably has his generator running to make sure his business stays on 24 for as long as the business is open during the day and whatever time it closes. So that's then having the website will help him if there are people looking to find it, the average man on the street, or the average businessman probably working, his phone cracks or his phone goes bad, he looks for a shop around to fix it. And then in Abuja, for instance, I know they have where they fix phones. Or is it technology village or something they call it? Yeah. So if you wanted to buy a phone or you wanted to fix yours or you wanted anything to download your WhatsApp or whatever, some people will charge you money to download WhatsApp for you. Believe me. And they do it, and it's business for them. Those who don't know that it's free, they go to them, you pay them some little money, they put Facebook on your phone and download. They go to App Store and download it for you, and they make you think you're paying for it. But so in Nigeria, yes, a website is a big business. It's big business if you're in the area that people are able to access the internet easily. Then having a website is big. For him, having a website might not be the main thing he needs as much as the advertisement. Maybe making flyers and whatever he needs to make his business known or to make people know him more. And I could be wrong with this. The guys will tell me. But generally speaking, I like the idea of the business cards, the flyers, that looks like a phone, that will that will even catch my eye more than the website. Because when I see the flyer and it's a phone, that means he fixes phones,
Yeah.
or he sells phones, or he has something to do with mobile phones. So that's a good, that's a very strong thing you guys brought in. And then the discounts to customers. Bring in a customer, will give you 5%. I do it sometimes. I tell you I'm having a sale, but it's still me making my money. So that's a very good strategy. So seasonal sales, December time, Christmas, Easter, those, it's we will always, work out. Kids going back to school, parents are buying phones for them and things like that. So if they know he's a go-to person for fixing phones and maybe even selling phones, they don't know, his business might expand to that where he refurbishes old phones. So you guys might look into that, get him some phones from here, ship it down, he fixes them, he sells them, and it's more money for him and for everybody. Yeah.
I think the presentation really started off nicely. It started all the way from the top here, heading forward, and then you made the connection back to Ibrahim. Big difference, right, in terms of business overall, capacity and size. But I felt the connection was made easily. I just focused on the one thing, which was the issue: advertising. How do we get people to see Ibrahim so that he can get more business? It sounds like you guys have a good strategy in place for business cards, to website design, where you can, I don't know, the purpose of the website, I think it is great, and I hear more people get on that, so maybe the way I'm seeing it is what type of content is on the website, right? How do you have communication with people? How do you communicate with your consumers? How do you drive your consumers to the website so they can coming back so that they can hear more about the discounts and all these other methods that they can save money, or stories about satisfied customers? Again, a lot of word of mouth is really important. So maybe somebody has a phone that needs to get fixed. Where do I go to make sure that I know the real deal about this guy, Ibrahim? Is he really fix phones? Or is he just playing around, trial and error, or one of those things that they want to mention? Folks do a variety of different things. He's fixing phones, but I'm sure he's also selling them as well. So refurbished phones, so on and so forth. You guys described the issue well. Good introduction. You guys described the issue well.
I just wanted to clarify that the website wasn't so much for people going on it all the time. It was more for something to put on the flyers so that they would know that it wasn't just what you said, just somebody kind of trying, building up his his street cred.
No, I understand. Yeah, so it's not so much about the website.
It's not really so much about the site itself. It's more about just showing that he has a well enough business to have a website. So it must be a little bit better than.
Yeah, if I could add to that further, we actually emailed him about what kind of information is important to him and would want on it. And he did mention he has a Facebook, so we have a redirect there, and then he has a WhatsApp. So
yeah, WhatsApp is huge. If
the website,
WhatsApp, I think that's probably a bigger bang for the buck in terms of advertising than Facebook. But certainly having a Facebook page definitely helps.
Yeah.
So
And also, when you log onto the website, it prompts up a little window, and you could sign up for newsletters, just put in your email.
And it automatically gives you a discount too.
Yeah. So.
Okay, they all talk about their own experience because they spend much time here. So I'm there, don't worry about it. I know how it works. Having a website actually is a huge thing for business owners, because this is what happened. A lot of high class people, they really want to know how serious you take your business. And for them to see that you go extra miles, not just using like the social media, which is free of charge and stuff like that, but you have your own web page, is something that actually is going to draw their attention that you take your business so seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is really a huge achievement for him, because I know if you go to Lagos, like it's way people do have websites and stuff like that. Not just because you know you wanted to show that I take my business seriously, but opportunity comes. Like you may have like a new way of maybe like all these new ideas of how to fix maybe some sophisticated fonts and stuff like that. You can put it right there, and people can easily see it on the website. So definitely, it's going to connect with Facebook and whatever. But having for people to know that he has the website is really, really important for him, and it's going to actually give him like more opportunities. And you guys talk about flyers, business and stuff like that. But one thing that amazes me is your connection with your business partner. Like, you care about what he wants, and you are ready to actually make him happy by giving him what he asks for. So this is really, really amazing. I'm really, really impressed with your presentation. And that will go a long way. And I know Ibrahim is going to make like, oh man, check me out. I have a website. So that's really amazing. I know he's going to be proud of that. So nice job.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, so Omar touched on this, some things people forget about is in Nigeria, your cell phone is your computer, it's your lifeline, it's how you do everything. So everyone in Nigeria, not everyone, most people who have cell phones have access to the internet through their cell phone.
Yeah.
They pay for it by the minute. So having a website, again, showcases you're on that next level. Because this competition, my understanding, does not have a website. Correct?
Yeah.
Just so everyone understands, I read all the translator emails. Because I care.
Yeah.
And I'm not a stalker, but it's important for me to know what's going on. And I want to see how you guys are progressing during the weeks. That's my nightly reading. And it's been interesting reading you guys, pushing things back and forth, sending ideas back and forth, and making sure you really wanted to make sure it was his website. So what I noticed, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, but he was telling you what to put on the website more than you were telling him. Is that accurate?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I saw. And it's that kind of attitude that you're there to service him, to change his life, to make his organization better. And everyone here's been doing it all night long, much more than teams in the past, honestly. You guys have been focused on their solutions and what's going to change their lives more than anybody else. And I can't tell you how impressive that is, because you're putting what you think, you're moving that out of the way. You're saying, what do you need? And you're facilitating that growth. And that's just really, really impressive to me. And I can't thank you guys enough for caring enough to put this together for him and make it about him instead of about what you think it should be. And you guys just did a fantastic and amazing job, so we give you a round of applause.
The International Leadership and Business Summit. Transform the world.